everybody, welcome back to another video, and I wanted to share with you what is in my eBay kit. I have over the years put together a kit of things that I have used or would need when either cleaning items or photographing them, processing my inventory in some way. So I have a shopping list of these items below the video. There's no affiliate links or anything. It's just you know, some of the stuff you probably already have in your house, other stuff you might want to go get, especially if you're getting into clothing. You want to have these things on hand so you can solve those problems right away and get the item listed. So what I do is I have this basket of stuff that I keep handy when I am listing my items. Actually, when I am cleaning them first. So that's the first step when you get home from the thrift store to clean your items. So really simple stuff. The key here is just you want it all put together so that when it's time to work, you pull out your kit, you've got everything you need, and you can go. You're not running around the house going, who took my scissors? So if you have a house full of kids, get a bunch of pairs of scissors and even like attach them to something so they can't run away, you know, painter's tape or zip ties. I used to have to attach my scissors to my desk drawer with zip ties because my kids would come steal them. So, but you know, then you spend like 10 minutes trying to find the scissors. So it's all about being prepared. So first thing is scissors. I have two sizes. These little ones are great for trimming threads or, you know, little bitty things that these might get too close and ruin the product. So scissors, okay. Stain remover, whatever you like to use. Have this on hand because you will find stains when you get home. Trust me, no matter how well you look at it in the store, this is just, you know, occupational hazard of being a clothing seller. You're going to find stuff when you get home, and try to get it out. You know, don't kill yourself, but you know, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to treat that stain to get it out, and then it's fine and you can sell the item. So we've already talked about the dry L. That comes with the bag and the cleaner. So make sure you get some of that. It's about, I would say like $10 a box at Walmart. And I think it cleans like 12 to 15 items. So I don't have to buy it very often because I actually, when I use these sheets, I cut them in half because they're really big. So you can get twice as much out of one packet than they say, which is by design. I mean, that's the way the world works with marketing. It's like, oh, when you use this shampoo, you got to wash your hair twice. You know, you got to rinse and repeat because they want you using it up so they can sell more. So you don't need as much as they tell you that you need. So try that to make it last longer. 2 other things are this Clorox Bleach Pen. This is great for if you've got white items, or if there's an area, like if it's a multicolored item, but the stain is on the white part, you can very carefully get it out with this. You've got to just really carefully dab. It's got a pointy end, and it's got a fat end with a little scrubby thing on it, so you can scrub. But this just takes a tiny bit, and be really careful. You want to dab it on and then dab it off with a wet cloth so that the bleach does not get on the fabric anywhere else except the white part. So you have to be careful with that. I don't recommend trying to get stains, armpit stains or ring around the collar. Forget it. Just move on. That's not going to come out. And if you use too much bleach on the fabric, it breaks it down, and then it can tear and rip and all of that. So there's just some things you want to leave behind. You also might want to get some of this Tide to go. It comes either in the single or I think there's 3 in a pack. They're about $2 each. It was created for stains as they happen. I don't know if you remember the commercial about the guy who's eating lunch and he gets food on his tie and he pulls this out and gets the stain off. But I like it because it has this nice little tip. You get exactly what you're trying to remove without involving any other parts of the item. You can get to the stain easily. And it does work on set-in stains. So it's just a good little thing to have on hand. Okay, next thing is a sweater stone. You can get these, they're like $6 at Walmart or on Amazon, and it's basically for removing the pilling off of sweaters or fleece. A lot of times underarms will have a lot of pilling, or fleece jackets, sweatshirts, that kind of thing. I use this on cashmere sweaters all the time, especially the underarms, because it rubs and it's going to get pilling there. So that's a great investment to have. I do not particularly like the battery operated or electric sweater shavers, just because sometimes they can get too close and like you're pressing it, and it can actually make a hole in the item. So me, I just prefer the sweater stone because it's more controllable and it's not as harsh on the item. But you do what works for you. If you like the electric or battery operated one, do that. My black Sharpie, because sometimes you want to mark something out on the tag, or this just comes in handy for different things. If you're dealing with things that have tags on them that may have something you want to mark out. I've got a video on that on YouTube about if it's new with tags, how to handle that situation. So that link is below the video. But this just comes in handy. Have one in your kit because you just have it on your desk. Someone's going to take it and you're not going to have it when you need it. A dedicated toothbrush to scrubbing stains. Sometimes you just need a little scrubby there, and just stick one of these in your kit so it's always there when you need it. A fur, dog or cat hair brush or flea comb. And you have seen my video about that. If not, the link is below. You can see it's got Velcro in it. This is what I use it for, is getting all the crud out of the Velcro. Because especially like coats and jackets and kids items can get really cruddy looking, and you don't want to sell that. So this is just a pet hair brush, like $3 at Walmart, and also a flea comb that gets even deeper in there. Clothespins, just buy you a bag of clothespins. When I am putting clothes on the mannequin, sometimes they don't fit right, or I want to make it look better, less drapey, or have it fit in a certain area. Clothespins are perfect. Just pin it on the back. If you've seen the clothes in my Atlanta Golf Shop store, there's clothespins on a lot of that stuff. It's just in the back where you can't see it. So make it fit the mannequin so it looks as good as possible, because the buyer is envisioning him or herself wearing this item. And so you want it to look immaculate on that mannequin, so they'll buy it. Lint roller, essential for clothing sellers. I don't usually even do this until the clothes are on the mannequin. And then I've got a lot of light, I can see what's on there, and get it all off before I package it up and put it away. So these are everywhere. The dollar store has them. There's not much on the roll at the dollar store. I think I got these at Costco, like a pack of 6, and it's lasted me 2 years. So lint roller, essential. Bag of safety pins, kind of along the same lines of the clothespins. Sometimes you just need to pin things to have them look right on the mannequin, to have the sleeves hold the right way, or sometimes you have the sleeve that's like sticking up, or this collar that won't lay down. So I use either clothespins or painter's tape. This is great. I tape stuff down all the time, and it comes off so fast and it doesn't harm anything. So there used to be like a dressmaker's tape, but painter's tape works perfectly. So you want a roll of this in your kit to help you make clothing more presentable. Sometimes I'll hang an item on the wall. I have a command hook on my backdrop. So for plus size clothing or men's clothing that doesn't look right on the mannequin, or something that's too small to fit on the mannequin, I will just hang it on the backdrop. And sometimes you got to put some painter's tape behind it to make it lay flat. So I am not all about bending over. I have tried the flat lay on the floor. That is just a recipe for a trip to the chiropractor in my book. So I devised this way to put command hooks on my backdrop, and I use that for handbags and anything I want to hang on a hanger to take a picture of. So that's easy enough. Tagging gun with extra barbs. So that is nearby my kit. My sewing stuff so that I can mend holes, or I like to sew labels back on. So like sometimes you'll find an item with a label and like it's barely hanging on by a thread. So I just sew that on real quick, just because I don't want any problems with the buyer. I want them to receive the item looking nice. So bags, these are what are called bread bags. You can get these anywhere. They're not Ziploc. They are just, you know, basic gallon size bags. They come with the twist ties, but I don't use them. I just seal them with tape. So after I have photographed my item and put that aside, and then it gets listed, I put it in a bag, fold it nicely and put it in a bag, and then it goes into a tub categorized by like what category it is. Not everything will fit in a bag. I don't put shoes in a bag. Coats, bigger things, ski apparel, stuff like that. I hang that in a closet until it sells, and then it gets shipped. But for the most part, I use these bread bags, and it's like how many are in here? 100 for like maybe $1.75. And sometimes the grocery store has them on buy one, get one free, which is when I pick them up. We are in part 2, how to clean non-clothing items. Some of the items I showed you in the clothing kit are a good crossover. You can use them for this as well. But Goo Gone. This is what I use to get anything sticky off of plastic picture frames, anything glass or plastic that's a hard, non-porous surface. It even works on leather. So like day timers, I pick those up all the time. You don't want to use it on anything that is porous. It says you can use it on cloth, but I'm not doing that. I just don't trust that. So books that have a plastic cover or have that slick plastic coated paper works on that. This is great for price tags. And a little tip when you use this is spray it on either the tag you're removing or that grease pencil they use, and just let it sit for a few minutes and let it do the work to get the sticky stuff off. And then you just wipe it clean with a damp cloth and you should be good. Sometimes it takes a few times to work on it if it's a glob of something, but I use this all the time, $4. So, and it lasts a really long time. I think I've had this one 3 years. Denture cleansing tabs. I talked about these in the mug cleaning video. These are great for all kinds of things. You can dissolve them in the water and drop things in to have, so it can clean the whole item, just like you would if you were dropping your teeth in. Or you can use this to clean the inside of bowls and cups and anything that has an inside to it that holds things. Fill it up with hot water, drop one of these in, let it go, and it will do a lot of the work for you. So we're trying to save time so we don't have to try and get our hands in all these little things and do all this scrubbing. Let these things sit while you're doing something else and let these products do the cleaning for you. Magic eraser. And these are just the Walmart brand. You can also get these at the dollar store. There's 2 in a pack, so 50 cents a piece. Anything that's a hard surface, these are great. I use them on shoes. I use them on mugs. I use them on just odds and ends, office items, stuff like that. But this is your go-to item for a lot of stuff. It gets grease pencil off really well, and they're cheap and they last a long time. You don't have to throw it away after you use just one. You know, I get them down to where they look like they've been run over by a car. So, and they still work. So I think I've had this box for 2 years and there's still 5 left. So they last a long time. So these are not expensive supplies. It's just stuff that you might need. Your cotton balls and your Q-tips handy, because sometimes you're working on a really small spot and you don't want to spray that stuff everywhere. Put this over a paper towel, spray a little bit on it, or spray some of the Goo Gone in a little bowl or dish, and then dip this in and work on whatever it is so that you don't get Goo Gone everywhere. You kind of got to think about how to do stuff. And then the cotton, sometimes when I'm finished Goo Goning something, it's an oily residue. So I take the cotton ball, put some rubbing alcohol on it, and then go over it again to get all of the residue off. And again, that's just for items that are a hard surface. You don't use it on fabric. If you are selling silver items, sterling silver or real silver, please do not clean them with Tarnex. That stuff is terrible. It eats it away. It takes off all of the patina or whatever's on it that makes it so beautiful. You don't want it to be completely silver. And some experts that are collectors and knowledgeable about silver, they say don't clean it at all. Let the buyer clean it. You can sell it dirty. So sometimes I'll touch things up with this, but you don't want to remove all of that patina that's in all the grooves of the design, because that's what makes it beautiful. So if you're going to clean silver, do it the right way. Get silver cream. I think this stuff is maybe around $5 for this. I think it's an 8-ounce container, and it will last you a long time, but you want to have it in case you come across something that you can make it look a little bit better. Stretch wrap. I love this stuff. This is great for when you're wrapping stuff together, or like if you're selling a bundle of clothing, you can do this around, to hold it together, because it can be used on anything. I think this roll is like $5. You can get it at Walmart or Home Depot and Lowe's. And it's good for storing things. So if you have a set of dishes, so you've got the plate, the dinner plate, the dessert plate, the bowl, the mug, and it's just, you can wrap it all together with this and keep everything together so that when it sells, you just pick up that one thing and ship it. I also use this on plush to get them in the envelope, the poly mailer, because a lot of times they're under the priority weight limit, but it's like there's arms and legs and trunks and whatever you're selling. I shipped an elephant one time, and so I just kind of folded their legs in and wrapped this around it to make it more compact and easier to ship. So this is just called stretch wrap. It comes with a handle. You probably pallets and stuff at stores are wrapped in this stuff. So it's in the moving supplies section if you've never seen it. So anyway, I thought you might appreciate some tips on what to put in your eBay kit. If you haven't thought of these things, or if you're new to this and you're not sure what you need. So I'd love your comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.